Hello everyone, Andrew here, bringing you a new episode of 3 Laps 3 Topics. I'd like to begin with the sad news that shocked me and many others this morning, that Maria de passed away this morning in a hotel in Seville. Such tragic news after she'd done so well and her family had supported her so much to rebuild her life after that crash. I don't really know what to say about it, really. Obviously we don't know really what's happened, but just that my thoughts and prayers are with Maria's family, as I'm sure everybody else's is. And yeah, just thinking of her family and friends at this time. So in stark contrast and of a much lesser importance, it has to be said, there was a race on this weekend at Suzuka. Prediction for the race: can't see past Vettel again. Red Bull looks strong, and Vettel's just in such dominant form at the moment. I can't see him being beaten. I can see Mercedes having a good go. They look pretty good in practice this morning, and they're sounding quietly confident. Weather-wise, a few drivers struggling with the wind apparently this morning. There were a few spins. Raikkonen, I think I saw an article saying Raikkonen's crash was caused by a gust of wind, crosswinds. Maldonado had a wheel fall off, and I think did he have a spin? Forgive me, I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Bianchi and Perez had crashes as well. So the tricky nature of the Suzuka track, it's older style grass and gravel runoffs, catching people out and making their accidents bigger than they would be on other tracks. I think that's going to possibly prove to be a factor this weekend. Weather forecast is for a dry race, but considering how recent weather forecasts have been, and totally wrong, for all we know it could rain. So yeah, things to watch out for. Vettel streaming away from the front again, and yeah, maybe a couple of people really pushing their cars in the midfield as they try and strive for drives for next year, which brings me on to quite nicely onto a couple of my thoughts on the driver market, which at the moment is seemingly dormant, although underground and in the motorhomes around the F1 paddock it won't be. A lot of attention on Paul di Resta recently with his run of retirements. I think it's up to 5, maybe 4 or 5, but in modern day Formula 1 pretty high. I think he'll keep his drive. From an engineering point of view, it would make sense to keep both di Resta and Suttle there. They're both experienced drivers now, and I think it would be quite sensible to keep both of those in, with the turbo cars coming in next year and the potential for them to drive quite differently. One driver I think is in trouble, partially I'd like to be in trouble, I don't want to bark on it too long. I don't like Maldonado, I don't like the way he races. I think he could potentially be on his way out of Williams, with the rumours that the money from Venezuela has dried up, similar to how Petrov's money died away when when he left Caterham. So could Massa go to Williams? He says he wants a competitive drive, which on current form you wouldn't say is a competitive drive, but they're still a World Championship winning team with a race winning pedigree. But I don't know, you tell me what you think in the comments below. My main thought was that I think di Resta will keep his drive, because I think he's done enough over the last 2 or 3 years to really warrant that drive, and I think he's driven better than Suttle this year. But yeah, you tell me what you think in the comments below. Last lap, and gonna drift away from Formula 1. Race I'm looking forward to this weekend, the Bathurst 1000, which if you've not heard of and you're going, what on earth is that? It's arguably Australia's premier race, even bigger than the Grand Prix, part of the V8 Supercars series, which is a fantastic series, fantastic racing, great skillful drivers and great support driven behind it as well. Yes, it's in Australia, so if you're in the UK like me, it is gonna mess with your body clock if you stay up to watch it. I've just taken it as a given that my body clock's gonna get ruined by it. But if you can, try and stay up and watch it, because I watched it last year and it was fantastic. Little tip: I'm a Ford fan, so I'd like either Mark Winterbottom or Will Davison to win. But look out for, I think it's Shane van Gisbergen with Jerome Bleekemolen, because there's 2 drivers per car, and Jerome Bleekemolen, very quick driver in that second seat, so they could be a real dark horse for the race win. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you want to see and hear more from me, then click the subscribe button. On the screen are 2 videos you may be interested in. On the left is the most recent episode of 3 Laps 3 Topics, the series for all things F1 and motorsport in general, and on the right is another highlights reel from the Vortex Racing Leagues. I've been Andrew the Blade, and until next time, have a nice day.